What's going on, guys? Welcome back to my channel. My name is Ariel, if you didn't know. So today's video is going to be a bit different than the rest of my videos. So today's video is going to be something that I asked on my Instagram if people wanted, as I do get a lot of people that DM me and just like not even just like randomly ask me questions about like how I record, what I use to edit, all that kind of stuff. So today's video is going to be about that. So if you want to know more about how I make this minimal production happen, then keep watching. Okay, so if you want to start recording videos, I have the answers for you. Any single question that you have, let me tell you where the answer is. It's on YouTube. What? For the people in the back, it's on YouTube. Any question that you have, YouTube is the answer to YouTube. Everything that I have done, everything, like all these videos that I post, any question that I had, YouTube, I have YouTubed everything. Coming down to like camera, editing, like anything. Like YouTube has been the best way to get on YouTube. If you want to do something like this, if you want to do anything, like if you put some time and some effort into like just learning a little bit, you'd be surprised at your outcome. It's ridiculous. First things first, so I'll start with the fact that I am nowhere near a large production or any type of, I wouldn't even call this like a production. This is like just me getting it together. I don't use anything super expensive. I can't afford to go buy like, I don't know, these $1,000 cameras to make like, I personally think my videos still come out pretty good for what I have. Yes, I did have to spend some money, but there are ways to do this without spending much money at all. So I have been doing videos now for, if you talk about like my Instagram videos and stuff like that, I think it's about a year and a half. So with that year and a half, I've definitely purchased things periodically. So now, I'm not gonna lie, I do have a little bit more of a setup, but it's still not anything to like I think is worth talking about. It definitely gets the job done for me. The first thing that I bought was my camera. I got it as a gift for my birthday a couple years ago. I didn't know anything about cameras, and oh, I'm also gonna put into this that I don't know too much about like the technical aspect of a lot of these things, but I think I know enough to get me through this video. So like I said, I didn't really know much about cameras and like recording, and I don't know. I had to figure out what I was going to do because I knew I wanted to do this. I just didn't know like where to start. And then every time I looked at a camera, it was like $1,000, and I was like, no. I did some research and I found that the DSLR was probably like the best camera to get, and I ended up getting the Canon Rebel the T5, not the T5i, the T5. I believe at that time I got like a bundle, so I got the bag and everything, and I got like an extra battery and everything. And I think at that time I ended up like it was a gift, but I went with my mom and my brother to get it, and I think it was about, I want to say like $430 for that. It's a little bit pricey, but it was something I really wanted. Now, you absolutely don't need that type of camera, and you don't even really need a camera. Like, we all have iPhones, and iPhones get the job done. I'm just gonna tell you guys like what I did. I got that camera, and then eventually I started doing the Instagram videos and things like that, but it was really difficult for me to zoom in and out while I was doing the video. It was actually really difficult to like figure out how to, because I would have to like position myself in a way that like the camera could get me, and then that camera doesn't have autofocus as well, so that was also a difficult situation that I had to figure out as well. I thought I just didn't know how to work the autofocus, but it turns out it doesn't have autofocus. I'll get into more about the cameras in a minute. I would say about a year later, I ended up getting a ring light. Can't show you the ring light because it's in front of me. I ended up getting a ring light. I'll post it like here so you can see what it is. And then I also post it in the link below. So anything that you want, like I'll post the links downstairs. I'll post the links down below so you guys can see them and take a look at prices and all that kind of stuff. But the ring light was $200. I bought it on Amazon. It was, I think I originally purchased the newer brand, but it didn't work, so I sent it back and I ended up getting another one, and it came with so it's like a tripod. It wasn't just the ring light. I got the whole stand and everything with it for $200. So I got the stand. I got two different diffusers. I have like a cool light and a warm light. I never really use the warm light, but anyways, you get two. It also comes with the adapter, I guess like an adapter, so that you can have your camera or phone, wherever the case is. It's actually a camera because it screws into the bottom of your camera, so that way the camera could sit flush onto the ring light. If you want to use your phone, you'd have to buy the separate adapter. I think other packages come with that adapter for your phone. You'd have to buy a separate adapter to connect your phone, so that way you're able to record yourself while your phone is on the tripod. Yeah, so that's what I purchased. Literally, that's all I had while I was doing these videos. Eventually, I purchased a backdrop that was also $50 off of Amazon, and it came with like 4 different colors. I'll post that down below as well, and I'll show you a picture right here. It came with 4 different colors, so it was just like big. It was freaking huge. I don't know why the hell I chose to get the biggest one that they had. I think it's like a 6 by, I feel like it's like a 6 by 4 or something. 6 by 4, 6 feet by 4 feet. That bitch is big. It like folds up, and it has like a gold, a silver, a black, and white. So you can just kind of use that back and forth in the backdrop. I use it a couple times. I've used it a few times actually. I've used it like at one period I was using it pretty often, but I kind of stopped using it. I don't really care to use it as much as I used to. I just don't think it gives, and the thing is you have to steam it, and like you got to roll it back up and put it in the bag, and then when you take it out you got to steam it again, and it's like another set of production that I'm just, no. That I don't even recommend getting that. But if you really want to do a backdrop, if you don't like the way your whatever background you have is, then yeah, go ahead, get a backdrop. 50 bucks is not bad on Amazon. I thought that was like fantastic. Moving on to editing. For editing, when I originally started, I did not pay for editing. I don't have a MacBook, and I really wanted iMovie because I know that was free and it was phenomenal. People were making like these crazy cool videos on iMovie, so I was like, oh my god, I need to spend $2,000 to get a MacBook so I could do that. But then I was like, I could just buy like editing software, but I didn't want to buy the editing software for like $100. I wanted to buy the MacBook for $2,000. Didn't get the MacBook, and I ended up doing some research online, and I found that you could get a free software, and it was called, okay, so on Windows you could get this editing software, and it's called Windows Movie Maker. It's super old. Like, it's nothing fantastic at all. I ended up getting that. I downloaded that. It was kind of hard to find the download, but I did find it. If you dig a little bit, you'll find the link to like everything. So I found it, downloaded that. I used what's it called? Windows Movie. I used Windows Movie Maker for like months and months, and it was good enough for me. It was doing like the minimal that I needed it to do. I didn't need anything like fancy. I just needed to like cut certain parts, add some music, give a little edit, and call it a day. And that was it for me, and I was totally happy with it. At this point, I only had my camera, and I probably didn't even, oh no, I might have had my ring light. So I probably had my camera and my ring light, and then a free editing software. At this point, I spent, over the span of like 2 years, I spent $600. I mean, yeah, like you do have to put some money into it, but it's totally up to you. Like if this is something that you want to do, then I had no problem trying to get the things I needed at certain times. I definitely didn't go out there and like splurge and get a bunch of crap like one shot, spend like $2 grand. I definitely had to get things like periodically, and like when I felt like I needed it, or when I felt I needed to upgrade, I would at that time. Yeah, so that's what I used to edit at that time. So now fast forward to like 2018, like mid 2018, I actually ended up getting Adobe Premiere Pro. So that is, I'm not gonna lie, Adobe Premiere Pro is super pricey. I think it ends up being like $50 a month because you have to like subscribe to it. I mean, thank you, brother out there, because my brother uses it and I don't have to pay for it, so he has to pay for it for his business. So I just kind of, you know, grab that over here. I love using Adobe Premiere Pro. I personally think if I didn't use Adobe Premiere Pro, Adobe Premiere Pro, I would still be using the free software and I would still be fine with it. I may have purchased maybe like $100 software and called it a day, but I was still good with the software I was using. I had no issue. The only reason I switched is because the Adobe fell into my lap and it was great. That being said, I do love using Adobe because it does give me a lot more options and I can do a lot more with it, but it is very difficult to use, and you got to do some serious, like, I mean, I had to do some serious research before I actually started getting videos done the way I want it, and I still don't get them done the way I want it. It takes time, like, for you to actually get like the proper edits and like the right things you want or something that you envision. It takes time to even get to that point. Adobe is great, it's just very difficult. I mean, YouTube, like I said, YouTube is the answer to everything. Well, recently I switched cameras. I now use the Canon M100. It's a mirrorless camera. I personally recommend this camera over getting the original camera that I purchased. I have my original camera. So my original camera, which is the Canon T5, the DSLR, is this big chunky guy right here. It got me through a very, very, very long period of time, and I was super grateful for it, and I'm totally gonna keep it because it's an amazing, amazing camera. But in terms of recording and taking videos, this camera has like blown my mind, and I've only had it for like a week, and it's like doing the most. In comparison to this versus my mirrorless camera, I definitely recommend the Canon M100 over this if you're starting. So if you want to get like a big DSLR, you really have to, for it to be like efficient and for it to be able to help you more, yeah, like for you to get like the proper usage out of like a big DSLR for recording, I personally think you have to get like the big Canon Mark D, like the D versions, like the 5D or like the 7D. That's a fortune, so no thanks. Also, this camera makes it so much easier for me to record. I have like a little screen that pops up so I can see myself right here, as opposed to this has like no screen that comes out. I know the T5i had this screen that came out, but I didn't have that. Even that was definitely a little bit more. I think the T5i was almost $1,000 or like maybe less, but like close to it. And at that time too, now they have like the T6 and all that kind of stuff. This camera ended up being a lifesaver. I can travel with this so easy. I can't show you guys what it looks like because it is recording me at this moment, but I will take a picture of it. I will show it here. You can see how much smaller it is in comparison to that Canon I have, or the T5 that I have. Definitely can't travel with it. It is such a pain to move it around. It's heavy. This one is so easy to move around. I love the fact that it still has the interchangeable lens, so I can definitely switch lenses if I wanted to. I actually haven't switched lenses since I purchased it, but I love that the option's there. Yeah, like I totally recommend this Canon M100. It cost me, no, okay, I saw a review, okay, I saw it on Amazon. I've been looking at this camera for like months, and it was like $550. I don't know when that was. That was like a few months ago, and then I saw a girl do a review on it also in Canada, and she said she spent $550 on the camera. Let me tell you how much I paid for this camera. I paid $398. Girl, I'm winning at life. So now, if you're completely starting fresh, you have nothing, you don't even know if this is something that you want to do yet, I personally think that you can get away so easily by just using your phone. The amount of times I've seen YouTube videos come up and it says like it's on recorded with like an iPhone, I'm like, stop, that looks better than anything I could have possibly recorded myself. I just think you need, the only thing I would recommend anybody purchase if they're gonna record videos, do things like this, would be a ring light. A ring light would probably be the only thing you absolutely need, just because lighting does make a massive difference in your videos. So that's $200. If you can spare it or you can save up some money to get it, that would be the best option. Like I said, editing, you don't have to worry too much about editing. Editing is so easy if you just find yourself a free software. Microsoft has that one I was mentioning, Windows Movie Maker, and then like a Mac has like iMovie, so like you're really fine. And then I've even edited some videos on, like not obviously not from my camera, but if I've taken videos on my phone, you can definitely edit them on your phone. Like I know there's a lot of different apps you can edit and it works perfectly fine. The quality is great. Like I don't think you absolutely need to spend any money on an editing software at this point. In conclusion, I personally think absolutely everybody can do this. There is no person out there that I think doesn't have the minimal things it needs to make a video. It's so much fun. Like doing this is so much fun. People like now when people look at YouTube, it's all about like making money and all stuff. You think I make money? I don't make money. But this is, I find this so entertaining. Like I get so much joy out of making these videos. It's ridiculous. Especially when people actually like take what I say and then, I don't know if they learn something from it or like it helps them in some way. Like it's the best feeling. Like nothing feels better than knowing that like somebody watched you and listened to you and you helped them in some way or another. Like I have people DM me and I'm like, this is the best feeling ever. Like there's nothing better than this. Like I said, if this is something that you want to do, then don't worry about, you don't have this camera, you don't have that camera, you don't have like this and that. Like, forget it. Like, just take your phone, and you don't even need the ring light. Like, I mean, yeah, I said invest in the ring light, but realistically, you can even just stand in front of a window, prop up that phone, and start talking. That's it. If you guys ever have questions, I am here. I don't know it all. I don't know close to half of it, but from the little time that I've been doing it, I think like I've learned a good amount. It's helped me. Hopefully I can help some of you. If you guys like this video, if I didn't cover something that you wanted me to cover, then please leave a comment down below. Let me know if there's something else you want to know. Don't forget to like, comment, share, and subscribe. And I'll be back with something new next time. Bye!